Hello, hello, hello. And yes, this is another session of Tarot Spills the Tea. And you know what? Sagies? It's time to open the Yates file. Okay? We're getting ready to do this. What exactly was he thinking? This is a tarot reading on Mr. Yates, John. All right? All about the Yates tea. My question today is, what exactly made him, during the midst of this, run to the avatar? What made him do that? Let's dive in. For those of you who are wondering who I am, let me tell you, I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook under unapologeticallysage.com. Now let's sage this case file out, okay? All right, so the first card up is, of course, the past position is what it represents. And it is the Four of Cups. All right, look at this picture, and you know what? Yes, I'm trying not to laugh, and I'm not laughing at, the situation, but the name of this card in this deck is called Drown Your Sorrows, and it hints to someone feeling, misaligned, having some sorrow or depression, and they are reaching to a substance in order to mask it, cover it, ignore it, fix it, self-medicate. And I'm not laughing at it. It's just that, oh boy, hearing people talk about this person, they've hinted or downright said those things. And whenever I do a reading, my mind is completely open. I don't take in what people said about anyone. I cleanse and clear my mind and my energy so that I'm open for spirit and what they have to tell me and show me. I go in with no preconceived notions or anything. So for this to be the first card out, after I come out of that state of meditation and channeling, and as I'm reading to you guys, for this to be, I'm just like, oh, wow, this is the first card out. All right. So, yeah, this is the first card out. So, my regular sages, you already know that the past card is very important because whatever happened in the past, it is a big influence on the present card, which is coming up next. The present card is the answer to the question that I asked. And here's the thing. So, I did this reading, and I was like, oh, this is quick. This is going to be quick and easy. And it still is going to be quick. However, the cards itself didn't make sense in a smooth way. It was like a disjointed picture. Like Spirit is telling me like a Picasso. I've never owned a Picasso. And excuse me, I still have allergies, but like a disjointed picture, So I went ahead and did clarifiers. But anyway, so the first card, past, represents down your sorrows. And as you can see in the picture, because you guys, I'm all about imagery, but it says bitter about a missed opportunity in the past. Okay. Clarifier, embrace your mess. You feel like your life is unmanageable right now. So I wanted to go ahead and read a little bit more from the Embrace Your Mess. And it means you feel like something in your life is in disarray. You may feel like it's unmanageable at this time. You definitely have a right to vent and perhaps embody the woe is me energy for a day or two. After that, you must accept the hand you've been dealt and pick yourself up by the bootstraps and clean up your mess. And clean up is capitalized. Ugh. Seriously, this card says do not wallow for long, because you must remember that your thoughts are your message to the universe. The universe brings the energy you send out right back to you. This card suggests that it's time to clean up your mess. Okay. Moving right along. In the present position, we have cause and effect. All right. That is being represented by justice. In the present position. Justice. Okay. So, again, my question is, why did he feel like in the midst of all of this, his dealings with Sharrell and Perry, like what made John run to the Avatar? Justice is the card that came up. And this card represents cause and effect. It says an attempt to find balance between two extremes. Serving justice with long-term ramifications. Making things fair. And then when I was channeling this, Spirit said even. He feels like he's making things even. Whatever that means to him. Okay? Now, here's the thing where it went twisted, and I was like, see, The clarifier is social media stalking. Stalking. Not stalking like for Christmas. Stalking. Anyway, social media stalking is the clarifier. He's lurking on social media to see what they are up to and to find any hints of him being mentioned. Now, and I noted that this card usually comes up in romantic love relationship readings, because the ex, it's all about an ex. You know what I'm saying? Like your ex-partner is stalking to see if you miss them or to see who your new boo is. Usually, honestly, this is the first time that this card has come up in a non-romantic relationship reading, but I leave it in my main deck, which this is my Ultimate Clarifiers deck. But I leave it in the main deck because, Spirit, I let Spirit do what Spirit gonna do. And the message is still the same. I'm just noting that it's unusual to me because this tie, the pull that someone has on another person where they are stalking them on social media is usually when they've been involved romantically, because a couple of us, I know y'all listening, we got crazy exes out there, or maybe you was the crazy ex. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what makes people stalk people on social media, but usually it's a romantic tie. However, it came out here, and to my knowledge, there's no romantic tie. You know what I'm saying? Although Perry did tell him to suck his dick. I was like, oh my gosh. I grabbed my imaginary pearls. He told him to fix some ravioli and S his D. I was like, now the chef in me was like, what do ravioli got to do with it? Why you pulling in the ravioli? Now I don't know what ravioli got to do with that. And maybe I'm missing something, but I was offended from him saying the ravioli. Now, ravioli ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay, moving right along. here we are at the best. So as he made that decision to run to the Avatar and cause mess and dysfunction, the best of it is the Hierophant. Tried and true. Okay? And it's funny because I noticed that he said that he knew, he was telling Sharrell and Perry, he knew, what's her name? Avatar before them. And he had been working with Avatar way before them. So the Hierophant is all about the tried and true system that a person has already. You know, you used it, it worked, that's what you used to. You're going to stick with tradition, tried and true, what you know will work, who you know you can trust, who you know will do whatever, you know, if you do A, they'll do B. If you do B, they'll do C. You know, it's that tried and true method, something that you're familiar with, comfortable with. And here I go again. I'm talking about the card before I even read my little summary. Working with a teacher or a mentor. Sticking to the what's well accomplished. Sticking to the what's well accomplished. So if it's already been accomplished, you're sticking to it. Traditions. Okay. Clarifier. The clarifier said time to ground yourself. Grounding is needed in order to make better decisions. It's very interesting. So, as he was grounding himself, he was led towards the Avatar. You know, he probably wants to work with her again. But he's a flip-flopper. That energy is throughout. I felt that throughout this reading. He'll blow... like Nene said about Cynthia, he'll blow wherever the wind goes. But it still was curious. I was still curious about why did he do what he did? Like in the midst of this, he ran over there to defend Monica and talk so bad about Sharrell and Perry when he was just cool with them. That's what was weird to me, which is what we're going to get to the bottom of. All right. But the best of it is, and apparently he sees her as a teacher or a mentor. He's been with her for a long time. It's a tried and true method. Whatever it is that they got, he feels comfortable over there. Okay. More comfortable with Avatar than he does with Sharrell and Perry. Now, I had heard that Perry had called him the FAG word or whatever, and then apologized for it, and they got over it. And then I heard there's some lawsuits going on. I don't know all the details of that. This ain't about that. But they seem to have overcome all of those hurdles. So in my mind, I'm like, well, what is this? Why is this a hurdle that you're acting like you cannot overcome? What hold does the Avatar have over you? And especially when the best is for you to ground yourself. And it says grounding in order to make better decisions. Okay, let's keep going. In the worst, we have reversed 6 of Cups. In the upright, 6 of Cups represents nostalgia, honoring memories of the past. It was in reverse, you guys. So instantly when I saw this, I was like, oh, he don't want... Okay, you know what? Let me read the summary. Leaving a bad taste in Avatar's mouth. This is what it means in reverse. He doesn't want to do that. This is what he imagines would be the worst. Leaving a bad taste in Avatar's mouth. Their time together not being honored. Even worse, Avatar regretting the connection. So his standing with Avatar meant more to him than the Sharrell's standing. Most likely because Sharrell is more forgiving. So he figured he needs to kiss the less forgiving ass. Okay? Okay. When I saw this card in the worst position, reversed, I knew what time it was. I knew what time it was. I knew what time it was because I know this card meant. I said, oh, boy, man. Woo-wee, this card. Again, honestly, first of all, cups are about, it's emotions. Cups represents water. Water is emotions, all those emotions, and it means love. Okay? Heartbeat. Boop, 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 boop. Cups represent love, watery emotions, and all that kind of stuff. So this card in general, it doesn't have to be in a romantic relationship. No. Cups can come out anywhere. He had a lot of cups. A lot of cups was running rampant. So he's very emotional. It just tells me that he's an emotional type of guy. He's very emotional. And all y'all who may be snickering right now, it's probably because of what I just heard and just learned. Because, I got to watch a little video before I do a reading. Everybody said that he be crying. And I was just watching one. This ain't funny. They broke down every little piece of what he was doing. And they was like, here it come. They said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he started crying. That ain't funny. That ain't funny. That man is emotional. It's not funny, and people can be emotional. Every man, woman, and child can be emotional. But there was emotional quartz all throughout. So I can see he's emotional. And this card is one of, when it's upright, it's all warm and fuzzy. It's a card that says there's like nice, warm, fuzzy feelings about someone who you used to love or they loved you, but like they're not within your reach. You know what I'm saying? But you still have those warm, fuzzy feelings about them. Like maybe your first love, You know what I'm saying? Or you heard Avant singing in the background, My First Love, that song. A romantic song or something that put you back at your prom or, your first time of something or whatever, where you get that warm, loving sensation. That's what this card represents. So it was reversed and in the worst position. And my question, just to remind you guys, is why did he go run into Avatar? So the worst of it is that I guess that she won't have no warm and fuzzy feeling about him no more. Okay. I don't know how warm and fuzzy you can be with an avatar. But nonetheless, that's what it was. Now, I did clarify this card as well. Now, this clarifier, I was like, here we go. This is going to make it like 2 files, okay? So that was the first file, all right? I'm going to have to start another file because we got so much information. So the clarifier from my deck is deals, all right? This card talks about the person who doesn't want to work but wants all the credit for working. You know what? I should just read it. Let me just read it because I said, oh my goodness. And it just made it seem like more of what people were saying was true, because someone mentioned that maybe, well, they didn't say maybe. They said that he was doing all of this because his rent was due. And they said that he tends to do this when his rent is due. I don't know this man personally. I have no idea. But here's that clarifying card. The deals, deals, deals. In essence, this person looks for all deals in life that helps them not put in the work to maintain the relationship, while appearing to do so, as if looking for 50% off deals for all their relationships. This person wants the best outcome without putting in the hard work. In other words, they take, but do not have intention to give the same effort in return. Ooh, Spirit said, Sharrell, if you're listening, this is for you. Wow, that just came through. Hold on, I'm going to repeat that. Okay. In other words, they take, but do not have intention to give the same effort in return. More like a BOGO deal, when you buy one, get one free, meaning free of their effort. And then it, because I channel these messages, this is my Ultimate Clarifiers deck. When this card shows up, it should be pretty obvious that the relationship, whatever kind, friend, family, business, or spouse, is a lopsided one. Oh, this is why they said, Sharrell. This is why they, and no, I don't have them memorized, even though I did them and channeled them, because there's like 200 of them. So, no, I don't have them all memorized. But this is why they told me to say Sharrell. Okay, so hold on. Let me read this over. When this card shows up, it should be pretty obvious that the relationship, whatever kind, friend, family, business, or spouse, is a lopsided one. It may be the querent or the other party that is considered the taker. All right. So John is clearly the taker. That's effed up. Maybe that's why Sharrell's husband said make ravioli and SSB. Because clearly he's the taker. They say by the time this card show up, you can see who the taker is. Yeah. And that's what they have been saying. Alrighty, let's continue. Oh, so wrapping up the worst is for that to be discovered. Okay, so it's two things going on. The worst would be for him not to be in good graces with the avatar, because he's deemed that relationship more valuable than his and Sharrell's. And that is clarified by having to do the least amount of work, but appearing like you are. That was so interesting to me. Because to me, that lines up with them saying he cry around rent time. And they said that people just send him cash apps and money because he's crying. That's what, look, I didn't say it. But all this is alleged. Also, let me say, please bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen you are looking at, okay? And it has previously shown up, and I know that you guys noticed it. So, the bottom of your screen says that everything that I am saying is for entertainment purposes and is alleged and not to be used as facts. So, whenever you see that red bar at the bottom of your screen, please apply the sentence inside. All right, let's continue. Next up is what's to come. All right. Woo-wee, what's to come? What's to come? But here is where I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe, please, and thank you. All right? Because you know what? I have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers so that I can go live with you guys. Okay? So help me out, because I see my analytics in the, the YouTube studio and everything. And I see that the majority of you guys, you are return people who don't subscribe. What are you afraid of? I don't bite. Go ahead and subscribe, okay? Or at least click like. All right. So like and subscribe, please, and thank you. Let's get into the what's to come from this John Yates file that we've opened. So we are at what's to come, and it is the reversed 10 of Cups. Look at the imagery. Look at that imagery. Usually 10 of Cups is a happy, good card. You guys, my regular sages, you know that I love the 10s. However, this one is in reverse. And this deck that Spirit told me to choose, it is pelting rain. And the focus, the title of this card is When It Rains, It Pours. It was in reverse, which means misalignment of personal values and struggling relationships. That's what's to come. Okay? So, again, this is one of those times Spirit is telling me right now. Spirit told me to tell you that, so as I've explained in the past, that some people and their energy, they're thinking, they think they feel this energy upright, and they're not understanding or realizing that it's in reverse. So this is one of those times where Mr. Yates believes that what's to come is going to be 10 of Cups upright. It's not, though. From this situation, it's not. And when it rains, it pours. He has a misalignment of personal values, and that's going to result in struggling relationships. That's what's to come. He believes that what's to come is the opposite of that. Because upright, without the rain, everything is great. Family, friends, business, everything is great. That's not what's actually happening. So there's something going on to where he has an illusion. Okay? Clarifier, straight up Pentacles, meaning money is being wanted over everything else. So his focus is on money. His eye is on money. Eye is on the prize. That's what Spirit is saying. Eye on the prize. His eye is on money. So his focus, his goal, his drive is money. He's money driven. So he does things, and they keep on showing me him crying. See, which leads me to believe that when I heard some people say he cries around the time that his rent is due and people send him cash apps, I'm not a fan of his or whatever, so I don't know that to be true. Like, I haven't seen that pattern. That's what I'm saying. However, I heard it more than once. Not, my research is limited because I don't want to be persuaded in any kind of direction. But I do need to, capture people's energy. Anyway, point is, he thinks what's to come is an upright, clear weather 10 of Cups. And in actuality, it's not. And the clarifier said he is money driven. He's doing all of this for money. Money is over everything in his mind. It's for money. And it's weird to me because I'm like, how can Avatar bring you money? And Sharrell can't. Like, they both have a platform. So that's where I was like, I don't know. But, it is what it is now. I'm reading the cards. So, y'all know that I got his energy captured, right? Let's look at that. Check this out. His energy says it all. His energy says it all. Okay, understand me. This is the Queen of Swords energy. It was upright, and she is receiving her crown. She's putting her crown on. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? This is this man's energy. Look at the imagery. My sages know I'm all about imagery. Spirit led me to use this deck. I have many decks who have lots and lots of different imagery. So, everything is as it should be with the imagery. His energy is that he feels like he's receiving his crown. He probably feels like he's more popular or popping than the people he's talking about. He's receiving his crown. Look at this image. He probably feels like he can top Sharrell, top Nosy Ho, top all about the tea. He's receiving his crown. He's receiving it as the Queen of Swords. This represents purposeful communication. He uses sharp words to create reaction and attention he desires. And when I say sharp, it's more so of pointed words. Like he knows trigger words. Spirit said trigger words, triggers, trigger words. He knows what will trigger people. And I know we all can admit some people were triggered. Okay, he did trigger some people. If you guys watch those videos, you can clearly see who's triggered. And then watch him. He just sitting there, calm, letting his husband was triggered too. It seemed like everybody was triggered but his ass. Honestly, if you go back and look at it again, everybody was triggered but him. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. And he feels like this is his energy. So the energy card, just for those who may be new, the energy card is this person's energy that influenced all the rest of the cards and, influenced them to do what it is they do. The energy that they're going off of. He is grabbing that crown to put on his head. I'm not surprised because I looked at him when all this was going on. That mofo was the most calm person, and he's the one that started all of this, I thought. All of that mess. So that's what made me go in the filing cabinet and pull out, I went all the way back to the filing cabinet to the Wise, and it was in the front of the Wise, Yates, pulled out his file. Let me look at this. Because he is calm, and everybody around him is exploding or imploding. He would like for them to implode. They're exploding due to him. Either way, he was calm. While everyone around him, I want you guys to look at that. While everyone around him was going nuts. Even the avatar that joined later, Dear Yvette or something. And Perry had to say, I don't give a damn about whoever the hell that is. And I was feeling him because who are you? Anyway, but the point is, she was even screaming and hollering. Everybody but him. Because this is his energy. Look at it. Look at it. He just calmly sitting as the queen receiving his crown for starting that mess. And the sharp words are the trigger words. He starts mess. He knows exactly what he's doing. Swords. The swords are in charge of words. They are intelligent. This suit represents intelligent words, purposeful words, slicing through BS, which he's delivering the BS as far as I see it. So, but they're sharp. They're very sharp. So he knew exactly what he was doing. And this is what was interesting. Spirit wanted to give another energy card under this energy card. Okay, so this is a companion card. So there's a difference. Sometimes I do clarification cards and sometimes I do companion cards, which is not clarification. It's a companion, which is just as important as the card itself. It's a companion. They work together. Both of them equals one. So let's look at that companion card. Now, when I saw this, I laughed. I did a little kiki because I was like, I got you. The Hangman. The Hangman hangs around and watches and waits. And sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes it's not. Right here, right now, I wouldn't say it was good. The reason why is because the Queen of Swords being his first forthcoming energy is, I'm going to say some things. I'm going to use my tongue. I'm going to be sharp. I'm going to be triggering you guys. I'm going to do that. And then he backs it up. Then he falls into the Hangman, which is doing nothing except watching. That's the Hangman. He starts stuff. The Queen of Swords knows, she's intelligent. She knows the words to use to cut and trigger. And then he falls into the Hangman energy, which is hanging back and watching and waiting, which is exactly what I saw him do. Before I even got these cards, like before I got his energy, that's what he did. But I was just looking at everything. I didn't, analyze him. I was looking at everybody doing everything, all the hollering and screaming. I was just watching it all. And then when I did the cards on him, I was like, that's exactly what he did, though. That's exactly what he did. So, okay. Let me read what I wrote. The Hangman in waiting. 2 ravens represent his eyes and ears. They are sent out to observe reactions and they come back to report to him. Honey. All right. So, decks are very important. I can't express that enough. So this is the deck I was told to use by Spirit. These ravens represent his eyes and ears. So immediately, Spirit told me he has 2 accounts. One male, one female, where he lurks. And then that ties into, and it's just now clicking in my head, because I do these, I do the reading, and then I channel Spirit even more, when I'm talking to you guys like right now. But it just now clicked to me that he had that lurking card earlier. This ties into that. I knew though, when those 2 ravens that are sent out as eyes and ears and come back and report, that's him. And I'm getting a feeling of his husband does it too, but that's not the point. Him. He has 2 fake accounts. One is of a male, one is of a female. And it's like he's trying to get in good, or either he is cool, like a regular commenter on whoever he's watching and lurking. Oh, and he thinks he's so smart. He thinks he's so smart by doing that. Because you guys don't know. Whoever it is, whoever his target is, you guys don't know. And he's reveling in it. So just, look out for that. Because it's getting stronger. The feeling is getting stronger. When I was doing the cards, I got that feeling, and it's strong. It still is strong. It's stronger. Sharrell. Oh, okay. They said Sharrell. They're showing me Sharrell's face. So I don't know if she listens to she probably doesn't. But if someone's listening, then you can get this message to her that Spirit is telling me that John Yates, and maybe she doesn't get, because they're showing me that she don't care, like a shaking of the head, like she don't give a F. And that's fine too. Okay? I'm just a messenger. I just read the cards. Okay? I just read the cards. John Yates has 2 accounts, one male, one female, and you're friends with them. Like, you don't know though. Like, you have no idea. And he's up in it. And he thinks he's slick with this shit. They said he's been doing it for a long time. Okay, so someone that she's comfortable with. She has no idea. She has no idea that it's a fake account. That's why he thinks he's so smart. Oh, they said you have no idea. Oh, I don't want to say all of that. All right. So that's the energy. And next. So what was put on my heart was a quote from the African Proverbs that says, truth is the first victim of war. And it's so unfortunate because I feel like that's so appropriate for what's going on right now between Yates and Sharrell. Truth is the first victim of war. Now, as my sages already know, I I tend to pair angelic images with the quotes, and I was drawn to angels and a dog. And it was so strong, you guys, to where I wanted to cry. Someone's dog just passed away, and someone's grieving. The dog wants to say because this is where I usually say thank you for your support. And the dog wants to say thank you for your support. And I was told to tell you that your dog is your guardian angel. Okay? He's okay. He's no longer in pain. No suffering. I'm seeing the word no suffering. No longer suffering. He's waiting for you. He understands you guys will meet again. And he wants to thank you for your support. See, I'm about to cry right now. I don't know whose dog passed away. But, your dog is good, okay? I am about to cry. Let me go and cry all by myself. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your weekend or week. All right, and John Yates, get it together, okay? All right, bye-bye.